Hi guys, today we are going to solve Leetcode question number 2161, which is partition array according to given pivot. You are given a zero-indexed integer array nums and an integer pivot. Rearrange nums such that the following conditions are satisfied. Every element less than pivot appears before every element greater than pivot. Every element equal to pivot appears in between the elements less than and greater than pivot. The relative order of the elements less than pivot and the elements greater than pivot is maintained. More formally, consider every pi pj where pi is the new position of the ith element and pj is the new position of the jth element. If I is less than j and both elements are smaller or larger than pivot, then pi less than pj. Return nums after the rearrangement. Okay, so in example number 1, it is given that we are given an input integer array nums which is having elements 9, 12, 5, 10, 14, 3 and 10. The pivot here given is 10. So we will compare all the elements and see if they are less than pivot. Then we will arrange the elements less than pivot before the pivot element and the elements greater than pivot after the pivot element according to the order in which they appear. So, for example, firstly we will iterate through the first element. 9 is smaller than 10. We will place it before the pivot. 12 greater than 10. Then we will place it after 10. 5 is smaller than 10. We will place it after 9 but before 10. 10 we will place it in the middle of 5 and 12. 14 we will place it after 12. 3 we will place it after 5. We will place it after 5 and before 10. 10. We will place it between 12 and 10. Thus, the output array will be 9, 5, 3, 10, 10, 12 and 14. So, we will return this array. Okay, so for the solution, we will create a result array and with a size of nums.length. Okay, so we will evaluate the size of nums array and then we will create an array according to that. And then we will compare the elements of nums with the pivot and then push the elements in the resultant array. Okay, so now the time complexity of this approach would be big O of n, as we are iterating through every elements in the nums array, and the space complexity will be big O of n since we are using another resultant array to store the elements. Now let's move to the code. Firstly, we will calculate the value of nums array or the length of nums array and store it in integer n, and then we will create another array named as result with the size of n. Now we will have another integer variable which is index that will make sure that we are entering the element into the correct index in the resultant array, and then we will iterate through every element of the nums and then we will check if that is lesser than pivot, equal to pivot or greater than pivot, and then we will put it respectively on that position. For example, in the first loop we will be putting all the elements lesser than pivot before the pivot element, and then we will in the next iteration we will check if the num is equal to pivot, and then we will put it in between the greater and smaller, and similarly for the last iteration. Then we will return the array result. Now we will run this code. Now all the test cases has passed. Now we will submit it. So it beats 85.39%. Thank you.